back to tonight's episode of Dark Heresy Tattered Fates. As always, we have returning the lovely group of acolytes who are totally doing well and surviving through the dangers on the planet of Quadus in the city of Zykarf as they try to survive the festival of Tattered Fates. Last time we had a bit of a combat encounter. A group of bad guys showed up to accost the White Scholar and try to take down the last acolyte, or last known acolyte of the Inquisitor Carcalla. And fortunately, his new acolytes, I guess the last old acolyte of Inquisitor Carcalla, the new ones, managed to fend them off and take down all the bad guys with a few twists and turns there, and now have opted to head to the Fates Wheel, a gambling den of sorts, one of the biggest or the largest on the planet, to try to find out some more information about the Spider Bride and the other comings and goings in the Hive City. So, that being said, anybody have any quick questions before we get started?
Yeah, just a little bit of gear allocation before it. Immortal. You'll be getting one of those las rifle packs and las pistol packs.
I don't need it.
Well,
I don't need it right now.
Well, you could always have it. Hold on to it for now.
Okay. I just want more frontliners to make sure that they're equipped.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, you get one as well.
Yep, like I said, yep. So we did some acquisitions behind the scenes, which is the most tedious and it's very interesting part of Dark Heresy. But we got that taken care of, so everybody got a few new things. We picked up some pistols and charge packs and a long las and some other fun weaponry. So that should hopefully help give the acolytes the punching power they need to survive the rest of our adventure here. So. That being said, yeah, we're back. We're back in the little office that they were fighting in before with the White Scholar, and that's where we're at. I think last time you asked him to look into something. I can't remember what it was.
The Spider Lady info broker. I forget what her name is.
Yeah, so he can work on that, but again, he thinks that you could probably find more information out just by going and talking with the people where you're about to go. So if there's anything or any more esoteric study that you'd like him to do, he could again certainly do that. Investigate any of the buzzwords that have been dropped throughout the entirety of the campaign, if anybody remembered them. Otherwise, off you go into the night.
Yeah, Tibbs coming back from searching for all the gear and stuff. Tibbs swearing under his mouth. Tib hates this place. There's no queer acquisitions place. Tib had to go to several stores, and none of them answered Tib in coherent answers. Tib was only finding this backpack, some harnesses, and a few lamp packs.
Well, yes, it can be quite difficult for someone not familiar with the comings and goings of Quadus. They tend to cater to a little bit higher standing clientele, if you will. Or lower standing, actually.
Did find a long last for Jace.
I greatly appreciate the long las.
Good. Because Tib ain't go back out there again. He's very irritated right now.
All right. So if somebody wants to roll me navigate surface to try to weave your way through the hive, I can give you a flat +10 from the White Scholar being able to give you some directions on your way to find the path the quickest and easiest way possible.
Tib succeeds.
Yeah, so Tib successfully helps navigate through the Hive City and bring you to the general location that the White Scholar had indicated. potential location of the Fate's Wheel.
I've been down this corridor a few times.
Awesome.
I just need 1 second, because I always forget the most important character in any scene.
Romulus.
As we
Is that what
get
you mean?
over there, it is
Oh,
the little servo skull. I always forget the little servo skull.
Oh. Not just any servo skull. It's Iago.
Oh, he has the name now.
Yep. It's 1A, 1A, G0, 1A60, pronounced Iago.
And so yes, you find yourself at let's see the general location that has been described as the Fate's Wheel. It is a it's quite a large area of spectacle. Let's see.
I think Severus would just look at everybody, kind of a disdainful look, and say, "Do you really think we're going to find the information we seek in here?"
maybe.
So,
I mean-
likely place as any.
Yes, so the Fate's Wheel is as good a hive of scum and villainy as anyone could hope to find in a large, decadent hive city such as this. It is practically brimming and thronging with people there doing gambling on various blood sports, like the one you all were thrust, or the majority of you all were thrust into at the beginning of the campaign. There are several championship fights between large beasts and single combatants, or duels between people, most frequently to the death. So there's a lot of betting and violence going on the picked casters along the walls. There's also more standardized gambling with dice and cards happening, as well as a general hustle and bustle of carousing that one might expect at some kind of seedy back tavern casino. But again, a little fancier. It's definitely like one of those the nicest den of thieves on the station, if you will.
Back in this game.
Is this kind of like one building, or is it a whole open area?
Like I said, it's kind of like a casino floor. So
Okay.
you come inside and it opens up into this, and the roof isn't as high as one would normally expect. It's definitely crammed into a hive, but it's a very weaving cavern of tables and machines for betting and picked viewers with people packed around them watching these individual fights, as well as obviously as you go farther in, you see that's actually where the fighting pits are. A lot of the fighting pits are actually built into this structure, but it's not like an open air, just because in some cases there are las shots and pistol fire going around, so they don't want the people to get shot and not be able to spend more of their money there.
They're just looking around, kind of dumbfounded, because this is something he similar he found in Karakor. He's like, "The hell am I looking at?"
Yeah, so that's pretty much where you're at. You can do whatever you'd like. Obviously, there are places that you could go bet. You can bet on yourself. You can go participate in a fight. You can ask questions from people.
Wait,
We're looking for
Hold on.
Papa Grist, right?
That is the name of the gentleman who.
What was the name again, Severus?
Papa Grist.
Okay.
He's an off-world crime lord. I think he's the boss here, and he's got connections to the Cold Guild. Cold Guild being a group that deals with Xeno articles.
Is that something that Marvel or Severus would know?
We picked that up from, I don't know, I wrote that down from some notes. That's what...
Okay. If you wrote it down, then I said it. Then you know it.
Yeah, you said it. The Septimus told us all that.
I just love the opportunity to have someone roll a lore skill. So my favorite
Okay.
skill to call.
I passed my memory roll there. My hard drive is working.
There you go. Hey, you gotta pick up total recall, right?
Okay, guess
I've
Tibbs
thought
gonna
about it,
roll
almost
if he
did this time.
recalls hearing about any place like this because he's very unfamiliar on Karakor. There's nothing like this.
You could certainly ask your fellow acolytes.
How should we handle this? Should we go in as a group and then find someone, and then maybe either we could go the friendly route, right, the carrot route, and maybe get him some drinks, and then see what he knows, or we could go the other route and try to get some guy and kind of intimidate him.
Octus, where are we exactly? Octus. Tibbs is poking him now.
You guys know how to.
Octus.
You're muted.
You guys know how to fit in this city. We can't just go in here
What?
just all like we own the place. We gotta mingle a little bit. We gotta enjoy. You know what I mean? Let's go make a few bets. How much money you got in there? How much you got left in crowns there, Tib?
Tibbs familiar with betting, but Tibbs not familiar with the games he's looking at. These spinning wheels with
Yeah,
tiny
well,
balls on them.
you may not know how to gamble, but I've been gambling all my life. I got a 33 in gambling, man. So give me some crowns and let's make a bet.
You're
Sounds like
33
your
years
whole-
old?
Sounds like your whole existence is a gamble, Oculus. I say.
Yeah.
What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this mingle?
Well, Severus, there's no logic here in the big city here. You gotta play by
You
the
tinkle?
rules.
Foolishness. There is always logic.
Yeah. Logic get you killed.
So Severus looks at you for a moment. He looks around the room and then he says,
I believe the most logical approach would be to do a quick reconnaissance of the room and try to find the largest table with the largest wagers. My guess would be that this boss, this Papa Grist, would probably be holding court over his lackeys and toadies at the largest gambling table with the largest wagers. That is my logical interpretation.
Tibbs gonna ask one of these fine suited fellas, what's this all about? Tibbs just kind of like walks over. He just look at the fighting kids like, why are people volunteering for that?
So you come up to one of the attendants, one of the people that work there. Is that who you're talking to?
Yes, like one of the attendants, one of the fine suited fellas.
Okay. Yeah. So you come up to a gentleman with a you know, it's not a fine suit. Nobody's wearing suits here, but you can tell by his attire that it's carefully crafted. It's carefully picked out to stand out, and it is definitely of a higher quality than the majority of the clientele, and it matches this kind of like roguish look that's been catered to or crafted at this establishment. And he's got a very thin pencil mustache, and he's standing, and he's got kind of like a data slate that he's been making notes into it. And you come up to him, and he says, "Oh yes, how can I help you?"
Why are people going into those cages voluntarily? Are they
Oh,
lottery sports?
oh, why the same reason anyone comes to Fate's Wheel. Money, of course.
Wait, they get paid to enter a cage and die? But how do they spend
Not
money
to
after they die?
die. No, death is their final reward. No. The true rewards are for the winners.
What do you mean?
What do you think? As any good person in the Fates Wheel's employ, you're compensated handsomely for earning the house her due.
Okay, pretend Tibbs a little bit slow here, and he's kind of an off-worlder from Karakor. You probably never heard of it. But, can you elaborate?
I don't think you have to try hard. It looks slow.
Well, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I'm sure you could find out if you'll just sign on this data slate here.
Tibbs reads data slate.
It explains a very simple contract where if you win a fight, you can earn 500 thrones.
And who would? Wait, you fight for money?
Yeah.
Who will Tib be facing?
Well, that's a good question. We don't know. It's all randomized.
Like how randomized? There's not gonna be like a giant ass mutant on the other side of that? Like,
There could be.
what do you mean there could be? You mean you get the heresy behind those doors to beat the shit out? Do I at least get a weapon?
Absolutely, whatever weapon you would like to bring.
Can Tib bring a gun?
I believe that would constitute a weapon, yes.
How many guns?
How many?
I don't believe I stipulated how many. Oh, all of the duels are one-on-one.
And I can bring all my weapons.
If you like.
Is there a tap out rule?
Is
No. All of the duels are to the death.
okay. All to the death. Okay.
Tip kind of takes a look at Jace and he's looking at this and he's thinking, he did this once on Karakor. It wasn't to the death, but it sounded like a hell of a fun. Tip kind of like sighs.
How big?
Imagine
How
being
big
there.
is the arena?
They're not that big. They're similar in size to the one you were all in before, but a little bit smaller. Probably, gosh, I don't remember how big that was, but I want to say like 50 meters diameter total.
Tip signs and he's like, let's go.
Which is about half a football field. So let's call it like 30 meters. I think that makes a little more sense.
So Tib, you
All
gonna
right, well, and so you sign, and again, just don't read the fine print that has like exiting clause, repossession clause, no notification of next kin, no hold liability, do not indemnify. The top line pretty much says, "Do you want to fight?" and then the bottom line is like an endless scroll of an EULA, essentially. But you sign, and the gentleman says, "Oh, wonderful, wonderful! It's always good to have new combatants. Please, this way." And he motions over to one of the doors leading to the fighting cages.
As his Tip's going walking over, he's checking all his guns.
You know, Tib, I don't mind you going in there, showing me some entertainment, getting yourself killed and all, but I could have made 500 crowns just like that in the crap stable.
Just so you know, Tip has all the money. As he's walking away.
You can
I'll ask
bet
the
on
man.
that fight if you like.
Yeah,
Can I bet on the other opponent?
For that
Yeah.
money in case you die.
yeah. Give me the money, Tib. Give me all the money. I'll throw it on you.
Tib's like walking into the cage. He's like so excited. He's like walking forward. He's ignoring everything. He's about to like beat the shit out of someone. He hasn't done this since he was a kid, since he was a teen.
So you gonna give me the money, Tib?
Okay.
I guess I'll. Oh my god! I can't believe you
Tib's like
said
walking
that.
away.
So
I mean,
logical.
I guess Tib throws
You
the
know,
bat at
view
you
of,
and
like, the
has like half the
parameters.
money on it. Has half the money in it.
You don't know
So-
the specs. You don't know the parameters.
How much
you
is
sign
half the money?
for fight to the death.
And that'd be like 310. That'd be
Really
like
wants to make a new character.
Okay, I'm gonna
110.
go to the bookie. I'm gonna throw 310 on Tib.
You had 300
what are the odds?
total thrones remaining.
What are the odds though? Are they 1-to-1 or what on tip?
Oh, Tib being an unknown quantity, yeah, I'd say 1-to-1.
Okay.
If he wins, it's good. If he loses, well, he dies and you lose some money. So
You're gonna throw all the money on him?
Well, he's
Yeah.
one of us. I guess it.
But that doesn't make it. That doesn't improve his chances. You realize?
Yeah, but if he dies, we might as
This
well
is-
die.
Well, technically, you can distract the guy outside. I mean, is this enclosed or is this a cage?
it's like a cage match kind of deal. Like let's just call it the Thunderdome. It's the Thunderdome. They have a bunch of
Thunderdome. Thunderdome.
two men enter, 1 man leaves.
Entire goal is to
Manly.
die a wonderful death.
too many and
This is-
1 man league.
Oh, Severus is just like wonder, like what?
Just
Okay,
the issue
Hold the map.
is
Let's go.
for me the arena's so tiny.
Oh, it's very, very close. Very close. Give me just 1 second here. I have to actually pull up some form of enemy profile.
Yeah, I don't think.
Two things
I
I'm
didn't think-
not expecting.
Yeah, I don't think Karkarev expected us to actually step
That's
into
fine.
the ring.
That's fine. We ball. We ball. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry if I did this unexpectedly on you, man.
Everything you guys do every session is unexpected. No big deal. I just have to actually pull up some kind of reasonable person for you to fight now.
I wonder,
It's not
should we
like,
watch the
you know-
fight, the rest of us?
Give him a
Or should we
challenge,
go
give him a
just
challenge.
spread out? Should we
I
watch
think
this fight, or
reasonable
should we
person would
go-
just be a basic patents with basic gear like I do.
There's too many rule books. Is the problem, and I have to try to find one with a normal enemy in it.
Oh, brother.
I was like, I also kind of want to fight, but at the same time, 15
Hey man,
moves
I can't.
a lot.
Yeah, I can't say that you'll live or die, or it'll be good or bad. Either of those things could happen. Alright.
Yeah, I guess this is a good way of a quick way of making a new character.
Yeah? Let's see.
I think one thing I could do. I think Severus. Are there like, and I know you're trying to multitask. You don't have to answer this right now, but I wonder if there are like servitors doing menial work around that I could. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, maybe I go talk to a servitor or something first.
I would say the majority of the work being done in the Fates Wheel is by these people in crafted and similar, but again, kind of they got to pick some of their own flair. They each have at least 15 pieces. So yeah, there aren't very many servitors around. There are definitely some agitators and stuff, but just walking up and jacking into one might be like trying to sleep with the boss's wife. So do so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch those in a gambling hall. That'd be a really bad idea.
Okay, so Tib is led out onto the sands of the dueling ring, and I'll just bring us back to the start for funs and giggles.
Yeah, kids can face off the dogs.
Just
Oh no.
quick clearing up here, and let's pull out. Who do we have? Who do we have a random token for? Someone that looks halfway normal, right?
Tip's just doing his stomping dance.
Oh, tokens everywhere, but not the one that I want. Let's see, here we go, bam. Alright. So, we bring Tib out, everyone else is watching from the sidelines, and across from him squares up a person coming up in appears to be like arbitrator armor. They appear to be fairly heavily armed and armored.
Okay.
And they are wielding a shock maul and
Wait,
a
what?
shotgun. It appears that they have. Sorry, a shock staff.
Chalk ball.
Tip's just saying,
That's one of.
"Are you
your
an
guys from me.
arbitrator?"
Trader.
And they look back at you and they say, "No, but I killed one."
You son of a bitch! They are symbols of honor in my planet.
Well, not on mine.
Well, on my planet, I'm gonna rip you a new asshole, and I'm gonna shove it around for the carrot cord, bragging I killed you.
Free to try.
Be free to try, too, motherfucker. Tip is taking on orcs
All right.
twice your size.
And as the banter gets going, you both square up, and then a buzzer rings. So now you can roll initiative.
Is that like a flat roll? I forgot.
It's a D10 plus your ability bonus, unless you have a talent, which I think is lightning reflexes.
Roll 1d10. I have plus.
Twice.
And Tip. Yeah, he's going first.
Wow.
And he rolled a 10. Oh, woo. Alright, so, the interrogator. Oh man, do I really want to kill Tib on turn 1? I kind of do.
How bad is electrophile?
It's kind of a tough spot where you can't grab. If Tib survives around, we'll never hear the end of it, man. He'll be bragging like all night.
I mean, look, we can always miss, right? Like, we can always miss a roll. It comes down to, can a single attack kill Tib? And I would hazard to say that if the rolls are very bad, yes. But of course, maybe they are.
Wait, what kind of enemy did you put up against? I thought it was like a basic one. You said it was a basic enemy. No, you're telling me you finished each other?
You're going down, man.
That's what I want to find out, Tim.
Yeah, and you stepped in there with like a firearm. Do you think he was gonna pull punches on you? This is like
I can
Oh,
believe that everywhere.
drones.
Flexible, shocking. Tip sort of wants that now.
You can do it. Maybe you'll get all his gear if you win. Although that might be in the fine print. I haven't read it.
Let's see. So where's squared off? Yeah, that's
We're gonna lose. We're gonna be out 300 thrones for that bet.
So they're gonna take a step forward to be point blank with you with their shotgun, and they are going to shoot at you with the shotgun. Let's just put it in random. This way you can see them all.
My heart's pumping now. Great.
Oh, wow.
That is 3 degrees of success.
Tip is going to dodge, if that's possible.
Bad. But yes, you can dodge.
No dodging for you.
It might be worth using a fate point here to reroll, man.
Yeah, it's probably worth it. It's probably worth it.
Yeah, fate point, reroll.
No.
No.
But technically, can I add a fate point to add 10 more?
Only on successes.
Mm.
So you can use
even then,
a
you
fate
have to
point
get-
before a roll to add 10 to the end result, or you can use a fate point after the roll to add 10 to basically add a degree of success.
Would you also need like 3 successes on the dodge, or is that?
No, it's a single shot. It's a scatter shot, but it's just a single shot. So every a success plus every degree of success adds another dodge
shot?
to full auto fire or semi-auto fire, all this stuff. But this is just one shot. But it scored 3 degrees of success, which basically scores an extra hit. So not the worst it could ever do, not the best it could ever do. So we'll just see what happens, and that is
I think in
hits.
I think in second edition they changed it so you make the combats faster, so you had to succeed by the number of successes or something that they hit you with or something. Can't remember. Maybe I'm making them all up. So they hit you with 3 degrees of success. I think you had to pass with 3 degrees of success, or is that Warhammer Fantasy?
I'm not familiar with second edition very much, so I really can't speak to it. Let's see, we're gonna roll.
Well, you got body armor and you're tough. You'll be fine. You have flesh.
Yeah, no, it's no.
Oh.
Right. So basically 10, 13. 10 and 13. No, 10?
10 and 13. Is that individually? Is that pellets individually or all together?
Yeah, that's 2 hits. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
19 damage is significantly worse than 10 damage and 13 damage.
But are those individual shots?
It's 2 hits, so functionally it's 2 shots.
Where are
One
they
for
hitting?
1 damage. Yeah, that's what I was looking at now.
Yes,
So
you get
the
your armor and
base
your toughness for each one.
13, which is the arms. So that's on your arms.
My arms have 4 armor reduction.
And then minus
And your toughness.
bonus as well.
3, 4, that'd be 7. And quick question. Does it minus it from each shot or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, first one does no damage, and the second one I take 2 damage for.
You have 10 so. What's your toughness bonus?
No.
My
4.
toughness one is 3 and it's 4, so it's 7 total for soak for each of those shots.
Well, right. So it did
Minus 7.
10 minus 7 is 3,
Is
right?
3.
So you take 3 wounds. And 13 minus 7 is someone please.
6.
Thanks.
There you go. So that's 9.
Yeah,
so you take 9
total. Yeah, you're fine.
That was
Okay.
one attack.
So that's why I said it could kill him, because if you scored like maybe 1 or even 2 more hits, that's game, right?
So that shotgun is just really good.
It right in your face. It's really good. Anywhere else, it's pretty much useless. But that's why they brought a shotgun.
Well, that's why I have a shotgun too. So unfortunately for him, I also have a prep skill. So
before
let's see.
before Tibbs rolls, what's the cage look like? Like, are we on the same level with him, and like it's an actual like a chain link?
You can
kind of
only
thing?
watch it through the pick viewers, because again, since there are bullets flying and they don't want to injure their clientele or anything, this is functionally happening like in a separate area.
Oh shit! So we're not even close by.
No. This is very
Okay.
much a silent like duel to the death. Like
Oh, so we can't even help you. I had a plan.
But yeah,
Oh.
Tib, it is your turn.
Now, quick question. I get a +10 for aiming, right?
So what gun are you using?
A
Right?
shotgun.
Okay, so you can take a half aim to get a +10, and then a standard attack to shoot. You're at point blank range, which is a +30. So if you take a half action aim, because they went first, they had to step forward to get into point blank range. They didn't get to aim, which saved you another hit, which is good. So yeah,
So I get a 30 bonus.
40, 30 for point blank range.
Oh
And
my god,
10
that's like.
for an aim.
Oh god. That's
Like I
almost
said,
killed.
you could totally like bloop them in one shot. Not that shot. You could
Even
fate
on fate
point
point?
re-roll it. Yeah.
I'm fate
Yeah.
pointing be rolling
Yeah.
that because I swear to God that just gave me an aneurysm.
Trust in the Emperor. Hope your faith is strong.
That's significantly better.
There you go.
Mm.
5
That is-
degrees of success is 2 bonus hits, so that's 3 hits, right?
Oh, you don't want to give him the point one?
Wait, hold on. How many pellets do I have? Because I like that's 5 degrees.
The pellets doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're controlling, so you're spending 1 ammo to get 3 hits. You're basically hitting as hard as my sniper rifle.
Yeah, like I said, shotguns. Like I said, there's a fun. The hack shotgun, which is a pistol, is really fun because you just pull it out, you shoot one time, and then it's out of ammo, so you just drop it, and then pick it up.
Run
later.
D10, and what's the bonus for shotgun? Because I wrote +4 there. That's plus- Is that +4
Yeah,
per
plus 4.
shot?
1d10. Yeah, 1d10 plus 4. No
Per
10.
shot?
Yeah.
Or is that like added at the end?
No, that's every hit.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Plus
that
4 is like
is
5, and that would be 8.
yeah, 8. Let's see. You shot 22, which is the arms.
I'm just bad luck with it here.
8 would to 1 wound.
1 wound. Okay,
So
so he
after
can't use
Ted
that
dies,
shotgun
it's
again.
gonna
I'm
be
just
over.
get right up in his face.
Well, you're out of actions. You
Yeah.
did a half action aim and a half action standard attack.
Then I get a move.
No, that's
No,
two half actions.
moving is a half action.
Well, I'm dead.
Yeah, so
he could
by the
miss.
same token, he's going to take a half action aim, and
Bye bye, everybody.
You could miss.
He could.
Or you could dodge it.
Yeah, but I'm having bad luck, so I'm just gonna
We're
have
gonna
fun
find out
with
if he
it.
has dodge, if he has fate points.
I'm like, damn, we fucking lost 300.
yeah, so you can dodge, but that is three hits. So if you dodge, you only dodge. I think actually, I'm not sure how scatter works with dodge. I don't know. Try to dodge.
Yeah, does he dodge one bullet or all of it or?
No,
Well, it says it gives you an extra hit, so that makes me think if I really dig into it, that a dodge would dodge one of the hits. But I'm fine going with the full auto. That's the. I think the benefit of scatter versus using a auto gun, because auto gun.
I just used the fate point for that one, and yeah, I'm burning through fates again.
All right. Well, so they are gonna roll 3 hits now on you.
I have cursed to
Yeah,
die.
yeah. It says
It's
if
going to
you
die.
dodge,
Hold on.
Nice
Tim,
enough.
you get out of the
Tim,
way,
did
so
you-
I guess nothing would hit you.
I was gonna say, don't you? Do you still have a fate point or no?
I just used my fate point.
Yeah, he just used one.
Oh, I was gonna say you can burn one to not die.
Well, that's yeah. You only need to burn it
Oh.
when you die. But he gonna die. He gonna die. That's let's see, what is that? 13. He might be.
Well, I made my choice.
Look is fine. 13.
Tibbs a goner.
Only 6 on that one. Oh wait, sorry. 7. 13. 7 and 9. So, 7 soak that Tib has. You might still be fine, honestly. Tib has a lot of soak, and we shot him in the 24. Anybody got that on the top of their head?
24 is left arm.
4.
Yep, so the arm, so 4 reductions, so the same, 7. So 13 minus 7
6, 0, and 2.
plus 0, 2.
Okay, that scared me.
So that's only 8 wounds.
Wait, you gave me 8. How much damage did you deal?
8 that time.
I'm near dead.
Near dead isn't dead.
Near dead or mostly dead? Because we can work with mostly.
Near dead.
Alright. Well, if you're not dead, then it's your turn.
Okay,
Are you in,
Tibbs,
are you in crits yet, or?
I'm at 1 wound, and I'm just gonna go up and
Okay.
smack his face or something. Okay, since my best skill is ballistic, I have a last pistol. I guess I can half aim again.
Oh no, half action move to step forward into melee.
Hammers, let's see, plus my strength. So that's 3. Better than my
Yeah.
last pistol.
So what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
I'll shoot him with the last pistol first. I should have
Okay.
just gotten the melee range.
Well,
Oh
I
wait,
think
hold on.
if
Can I
you move forward,
retract
you-
that and can I retract that and try to do a charge?
If you like.
Okay, charge him.
Okay, and then make that a single melee attack.
And that's plus 10, right?
Yes. Although technically, if you don't have quick draw, you can't pull out
I do
your
have
glove.
quick draw.
Okay, then we're good.
4 degrees of
43,
success.
You rolled a 2, so that hits. And they don't really have the dodge skill.
20, so it's a right arm.
So they can't dodge.
Well, I mean, you can at half of the value, so we could try to dodge at half of their skill, which is 16 total, and they did not dodge.
2 plus my strength, which is 3, 5.
To the arm,
Like, fuck me. Honestly, I'm doing terrible damage.
So anyway, because I did look into it, when making a dodge test, it's each degree of success prevents an additional hit.
For
Dodging semi-automatic.
Or
fire, I was gonna
dodging
tell you.
semi-automatic, anything with scatter and full auto.
okay, that's why I was like, I don't remember where scatter falls into that because I knew it was semi and full auto. All right, so they are actually going to take a step back, which would provoke an attack of opportunity, so you can try to whop them if you'd like. That is a miss, and
Tim's gonna die.
no, that's a miss.
No.
Okay, Tib is gonna go for another charge. Thank you, Emperor, for saving Tib's life.
And just as a quick question, what you're using your little knife?
Oh, my hammer does more damage. Like, what, the knife would do better?
Well, the club is primitive, and they are wearing armor, so the club does functionally 0 damage.
And the mono knife does like 1d4. Like how much damage does the mono knife do?
The mono knife removes the fact that it's primitive, so it's not the armor's not getting doubled.
And it gives
Doesn't it
mono
have a
gives
pen
you
of
2
two?
pen, and it's
Yeah.
1d5 plus strength bonus.
And it kind of does
Okay.
double damage against primitive armor, right?
Well, their armor's not primitive.
But doesn't a 1d10 do damage at least?
That's 1d5, but no.
Yeah, but
you
the club
can't-
doesn't have pen.
Yeah, because it's considered primitive. So
Okay,
it
I
only
guess
counts as double
I'll
or
use
something, right?
I'll use the knife then.
Or you can try shooting with a shotgun. 33, 43, you roll a 51, that's a miss. But you can attack them again, because they're going to try to back up and shoot you with a shotgun again. Nope, alright.
Wait, hold on. What's the reload value on that shotgun?
It's a lot.
It's
And-
not mine or your shotgun.
Yeah, and each shot only takes one ammo. That's one hit. Nine, and they hit you. 33 is the body,
Which is 5.
plus your toughness bonus.
You take a single point.
Plus my dodge. That technically would be 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0 wounds.
Okay, you're not dead yet.
That's correct. Now it's your turn. I would recommend trying to shoot them with a shotgun.
If I try to shoot him with a shotgun, I'm probably gonna fuck up again.
Yeah, but it does way more damage than the other.
Jace, this is pretty exciting, isn't it?
Right. Yeah,
You're
like,
fine.
Jesus Christ,
It's
if
fine, exciting.
he has to move, I get multiple more chances to hit if I just use the mono knife and charge him, and it does 2 penetration.
Okay, go for it.
Compared to the shotgun, like apparently for me, like half move is just I literally have to get into his face, so I would have to give up like that. Would I be able to just shoot that move?
You can shoot and then half move, yeah.
But since I'm on point blank, I get like what? This again?
Plus the grenade.
One hit.
Okay. D10 plus 4. That is the arms, which is good.
9 plus 4, which should be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
Alright, he takes a few more wounds.
Then I move right up to him.
Oh, okay. and pull out your knife.
Yeah, the mono knife.
Right. Well, as he's rather tired of this fight, so he pulls out his shock staff and tries to bonk you on top of the head with it. And fails. Your turn.
Okay, mono knife, and this time I get to take a aimed attack at that, which would be 10.
Hey.
Exact. Oh, is that critical?
No. There's not for hit.
I was on the dot. It was critical.
Nope, he doesn't dodge, so you can do your damage. 1d5
4 is 5.
strength bonus. AP.
Wait, 9 bonus?
It's 1d5 plus
your
strength.
strength bonus.
5, technically. Isn't that, I don't know, Divine Justice, whatever it's called?
Righteous Fury, but yeah, you can roll a d100 and try to get under a 43 again.
Yeah, I think it's oh!
Do it. Roll a d10.
Get another one. Get another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
You can turn it around right here.
2, but that's still a lot of damage.
7 plus your strength bonus.
Which is 3, and 2 penetration.
10 with 2 pen. Alright. That's gonna do a few more.
On the body.
How badly is this the other?
Not nearly as badly as Tib. Tib got kind of a raw deal on that first turn.
It's too bad we're not all there watching this live, like around the ring. See, I think even Severus would get excited by all of it. Really close.
Well, again, I mean, there's casters, like big screen TVs that are broadcasting this fight from like every possible angle.
I'd probably be looking at the model of the caster and being like, outdated model. It's a Cyberdyne 505 system.
So Severus, what is your
Alright,
projection?
we'll ride this fight.
What is your projection, Severus? Who do you think's gonna
I
win?
get a melee attack.
Yep.
I still
He's
think
gonna take a step back.
I still think this is over for Tibbs based on the calculations. Based on what I see, he's still going to lose
There
in
you
2
go.
rounds.
There you go. That's a hit. He doesn't get a dodge because it's a attack on his turn. So 1d5 plus 4, I believe.
This does use your reaction, so you can't.
2 and
No, it doesn't. That's D&D. This is
okay.
attack of opportunities. They're functionally free. You can do an infinite number of them as well.
well, technically that's like 2 penetration. He probably has like what 3 or 4 in his armor, and that I did it possibly at 5
Well,
damage.
that's on his head.
Oh, that's 3 damage, isn't it?
Great toughness. Well, so
Probably one
plus
less armor.
4. Sickness 3. Alright, he's starting to look pretty beat up.
I called it 2 rounds.
But now he's gonna shoot.
As the first round. Stack.
Shit.
Oh, he missed.
What?
What the hell does that
Okay.
even roll? What is that?
Okay, charge.
Negatives are good.
100 minus 69.
Yeah, his ballistic score is 69, which is my favorite thing.
I missed.
All right, roll another attack because he's gonna back up into the wall. He's hemmed in on all sides.
This is it. This is the round I called it. Really read what that is. What is that?
Ooh,
He missed.
he rolled a 6.
6. He's not gonna miss with that.
Oh, this is exciting. I called it on the second round. This is the second round.
This is like
Octus.
the 12th round.
Octus.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
So you do, in fact, let's see. So that is 3, and he did base hit. Oh gosh, 6 degrees of success is 4 hits. So he still got 1 hit.
See, my calculations were correct.
Oh, I think that's probably it. That's probably all she wrote. To the body.
Oh wait, to the body? That's better for me. 5,
Yeah, you only
6,
take like
7,
4
8,
points of damage. Or 5 or something.
5 points of damage.
And 1 second to pull up crit table.
Wait, hold on, if it's a 1d10, doesn't it have to be a 10 to be a crit?
No,
no, wait,
no.
not
Once
mine.
you go,
Crit is excess damage,
0.
not over your wounds.
Well, I prepared to die. I mean, it was fun.
It might not be a bad crit.
Yeah, you
We'll see.
you still might not be dead.
Yeah, it might still
yeah,
not be dead.
crits are weird. Also, you could just pass out and then it would just be like, okay, then it's done, right? It's really only a problem if you take all the damage at once and don't go down. So he shot you in the body, impact to the body. Let's see, so you were at 0 and
Yeah.
13 minus 9, right?
No, he was at 1. He was at 1, and then he took.
Okay, 4. So he's at -3. You take 2 levels of fatigue and you're stunned for 1 round. Oh, that's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's actually probably one of the bad ones because that means
That's
you can. Yeah.
bad.
It would have been better if you got
So,
passed out, because then you might have
He's
been
gonna-
saved.
He's gonna take aim and go for the kill shot with a half aim. 69, 79, and he misses.
Oh.
He's like
How could he
seeing
miss?
the little birdies, and he kind of.
I mean, he's bruised and battered, and they've been fighting for a while. He's got little mono knife cuts into his
Wait.
torso and his face. I mean, he cut him across the eye.
We didn't need 83 to hit.
The 79 to hit.
and- Well, the problem is his tip was stunned that round, so he shoots again. Oh, and his gun jams. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, Tim.
I
The
am
hand
just
of
amazing.
fate.
Jesus Christ.
It's amazing how the dice gods work.
It got stunned for a round, so
Since I have a
when you
las
use the
rifle,
marks the turn, so he got that 1 shot, and he doesn't get the gun jam shot unless
what do you guys think better? I go in for the final charge from my
Okay,
or do I take
yeah.
out my las, or do I take out my las rifle and try to blow his head off?
Is he wearing armor on his head or not?
Probably not.
No. So what are you doing, Tib? I'm sorry.
What do you guys think is better? Like, what do you think, character? Las rifle or mono knife?
Las rifle to the face, full auto, aiming at the head probably gives you the most crazy modifiers and potential to just delete his head. And yes, yeah, you're correct.
Wait, you
Immoral.
had a las
I
rifle?
did do an
all
extra
this
turn,
time?
but either way.
He has shotgun. Like, literally did fantastic damage with 1 shot.
Yeah, but the las rifle, you could shoot full auto, man. You should have just opened up. Should have opened up on him.
Las rifle doesn't have full auto.
Oh, it doesn't?
It
Okay.
gets
Not in this
Semi.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like every 2 successes give you an extra shot, right? Is that how that works?
Yep. Which is
Okay.
the exact same as scatter, and a shotgun does 1d4. So
I honestly think you're better off in melee because you charge him, you get a +10, and then if he pulls away, you get a hit, you get to attack him again.
well, okay, no, he's definitely better at trying to shoot him in the head with the shotgun.
Yeah.
Well, okay, he's at point blank range, which is a +30 to hit. If he takes a half action aim, that's +10, and then you can do a called shot for -20 to that, so at a +20 to shoot him in the face.
Plus 20. Well, I'm out of
Do it.
shotgun rounds right now, and I take a
Shotgun.
full action to reload. His gun jammed. I'd rather not risk going into combat
Okay.
right now. So, 2 chances.
Okay, that's
two
a fine way to retcon that, because again, I did take an extra turn, so you go to reload furiously, and he pulls up his gun ready to blast your head off, and it goes in chunks. So now it is your turn again.
What do you mean? I did no actions, and you suddenly. What do you mean you reconned?
Well, so you were stunned, but that was on the turn.
Yeah, that was on the turn where you took damage, and then he
He's
rolled
got
a
fatigue
he
too.
rolled a
Don't
8.
forget- He's got fatigue as well. That's the other.
Which is -10, sorry. So yeah, at a +10. So now you have a loaded shotgun, and you can try to shoot him directly in the face at a +10 to hit. So, pray to the end. Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
There it is.
Head. In the
There it
head.
is.
That,
My health like
that's
negative 3.
That's 3 hits.
I'm at negative 3 health.
You're 3 crit, yeah. But you did just score 3 hits at a D10 plus 4 each.
Oh.
Oh, there it is.
All right, go to try to confirm. Roll a D100, get under a 51.
Nope.
Oh,
But
no
that's
on that
still,
one.
that's plus 4, right?
That's a 14.
8 and 9.
I think the first shot just blows his head apart.
Well, let's see, because the game is squarely like that. So, is 10 to its head, which puts him at really quick. I go back to the crit table, which I left for some reason. Impact crits to the head. Let's see. 6. Let's see. He's stunned for D5 rounds. Also dealt 8, which is 4, and the last hit goes over 10. Let's see. The target's head bursts like an overripe fruit and sprays blood, bone, and brains in all directions. Anyone within 4 meters of the target must make an agility test or suffer a -10 penalty to their weapon skill and ballistic skill on their next turn. His gore gets in their eyes or in their visor or on their visors. So go ahead and roll an agility test. Nope, just an agility test.
What? What's this agility test for?
For the gore and blood that their head turned in. Yep, so you just duck right out of the way of it, and then the +10 one, which you got for doing so much damage, is as above, except that the attack was so powerful that it passes through the target and may hit another target nearby, which there's no one nearby. So yeah, basically you pull the trigger and there was a head, and now there is just a like neck with the bottom jaw, and that's about it, and a giant fountain of gore that splatters everywhere that you somehow very, very easily step through. You get a little bit on your shoulder, and they are dead.
Tibbs just like walking forward. You see like he's like bleeding all over. Takes out his auto knife and he's like, motherfucking heretic.
We got that
Takes
med kit.
the neck to his throat, starts like carving his head off, and he just rips it off and just raises it in our air like, for the Emperor!
Okay,
And
please
throws
make
it
a
on the ground.
willpower test.
His win. He won. Now we're all gonna lose to deal with an inflated head.
Everyone in the bar
Inflated
makes a
ego.
willpower test.
No, just Tim. We'll just make Tim do it.
Oh, thank God, it's just Steve getting punished for kid actions.
So take a D5 insanity points.
Okay.
It was a little crazy.
Wait, how is D5 like if I'm excited in the blood, I'm doing it for the Emperor? How's that scary for me if I'm the one doing the cutting off?
It's okay. You're a little crazy. You're not worried about it. So you just one little teensy insanity point. But he actually did have some pretty nice stuff. He had a combat shotgun. Oh, which I could have semi-autoed you with, but I didn't. So you're welcome for me not reading the rules.
Thank you.
Because that would have changed things. So that's fine, but it's okay because now you have a very, very strong shotgun, and he had a shock staff.
Ooh.
But that armor, though.
Gun.
Yeah, I kind of nerfed his armor some, so I'm just gonna go with his.
Just getting garbage armor because you gave me a lot already. If you want
It's like four arms, 4 body.
for arms, for body, that's like the same what I have, but I'm just gonna shove it in my backpack anyway. Let's call it like let's say cell thug arbiter.
Yeah, just in case somebody else needs some lightly used armor. There. you guys-
I mean, it's better than what I have because I just
Yeah,
have 4 to the
on it.
body.
So our Arbides needs it.
Yeah, he had 1 extra magazine, which is now the only magazine for the gun because the one that it had in it jammed, and in this game, when you jam, all the bullets disappear for some reason. And that's it. That's what he had.
Cool.
Okay,
He survived. Calculations were wrong.
Yeah,
Now
so you
you're-
survived.
Now you're at 1 health for the rest
Wrong.
of the. Now you're at 1 health for the rest of the.
Basically,
the
it's
next
like-
week.
as Tibbs like waddling out with his gear and his shit, he was like, ask Arbiter, is it fair to give up some winnings for some medical attention?
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the Fate's wheel. I've lost it. There it is. Yeah, so Tib gets out and is greeted by the same attendant who's standing at the door, giving a rather jaunty clap. Very good, sir. Very good.
Kid's just like
I
wandering
thought
over
he
as he's
had you in the first round there.
yeah. Tibbs just walking over. He gives him a bit of a weird hug, and he's like, "Is there a doctor in the room?"
Oh, well, we can provide medical treatment for the low price of 250 thrones. And then you see from the side, it's the same doctor from the clinic before. Or...
See,
Tibbs like,
Yes, we
fine,
can
but
try something else.
Tibbs just does the same thing. He's like, wander over them, like, gives him a weird hug, and he's like, "What cool shit do you have for me?" I was hit like the chest, the arms, feel a little bit scratched up. I think I have a smell I'm probably not gonna get out. I am very, very satisfied I killed that fucking heretic. What cool shit can you put in me? Let's listen to me.
So we will figure that out at a later time, and Tib needs to go take a little nap since that was a decent amount of Tib's time. So Tib wins the fight, earns 500 thrones, and then opts for some new assorted random medical procedures that will probably
I was asking.
progressively
I was
crazier.
Well, I was asking for it, so he didn't tell me about. Like, we can decide that later, though.
Yeah. Just for brevity's sake, back to the rest of the group. Tib is now functionally down for the count for a little while because he opted for a death match, and he won. He won in a very spectacular fashion, right when you thought it was gonna be over. Did you have anything pithy and trite you wanted to say before you killed the Arbates? Because I feel like we missed the final statement.
Well, technically, I kind of cut off his head, yelled for the Emperor to go an insanity point. Also, Octus, you get 310 geld since you technically won the bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, minus
Yeah,
the cut.
so,
The house is cut, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, they take 20%. They do.
20? Oh my god. Should be 10.
I know it should be, but welcome to the underworld, right? There are no laws here other than money, and the house always wins. But either way, that's still a pretty decent, no, you bet half of your thrones, right? 3.
I bet 300 on it.
No, all of them, right?
He
Yeah.
said 3,
Yeah.
310 or something.
Oh yeah, of course he did.
Yeah, he's a
right.
madman.
So like we got like
Wow,
800, right?
I mean,
That Oculus is
if
a
you
wild
don't,
one.
if
I
you don't
have the
believe
500
it
right now.
was-
You guys have the technically 500 and
576.
576. Yeah, you guys have 576.
After
We'll say that's group funds or whatever.
winning your winning your match back. And Tib, of course, he won 500 thrones to himself. So yeah, you guys are rolling in the dough. We can do some spending on that at a later time. But now you have potentially had your fill of gambling. If not, feel free to give it back. But the house has had its pound of flesh. So what would you like to do now?
Wait, you mean that wasn't the main storyline?
No, the fun, like literally I got my ass whooped. You're all watching. Having
That was a joke.
fun, like part
Sorry,
of it is,
what were
like,
you?
I'm hoping he dies. It's within my calculations.
What were you saying, Dan? What's going on?
So, now that we've had our fun and games, we've got a bit of money, and Tib seems to be alive, which is very surprising. What is our next step? What is our next step? Do we try to find someone and force the information, or do we go with Severus's plan, which is find the biggest table and then observe from there and maybe get in their good graces?
I mean, I think Severus's suggestion is basically to spread out into the gambling area and just to take a step back, assess everything, and see who's the biggest, fattest cat there is on the ground. And he is certain that the boss will present himself, or we'll become certain of who it is just from like some of the betting. If that involves like some big person betting on something or a table, that would be my guess.
Do I want to split up the group to two?
Well, for my mental sanity's sake, please don't.
So we had micro
but you also
beads.
do
Should've
have
given us
a
the
pretty
micro
good. You do also have a pretty good hook now from having one of your members win a fight.
Could talk to some people and say, hey, we've got this guy who's like a maniac. Severus would actually say something like that. He'd say, we now have Tibbs who fights like a wildcat, like a wild, I was gonna call him a Jakar, but that's from Symbaroum. What are the wildcats in this? What's a wild, like a grox in a porcelain shop. I think he's ready to take on bigger and better things.
Edge cat.
We should pit him against some of the bigger boys.
Don't kill me.
Maybe there's some bigger. Who owns this establishment?
Patch me up.
Yeah, you probably gained some experience this session for fighting, anyways.
Probably, yeah.
I technically should, but like that life or death murder match, which was actually quite. I'm hilarious to find that the gun missed and jammed.
Yeah,
That's
Dan,
the way the cookie crumbles.
I honestly
I'm
don't know.
definitely
Like
taking
my
more.
character's not very social. That's why Severus's idea was to just kind of go around and observe a bit. But
Yeah, you could do like an awareness if you like.
you're more of a people person. If you want to talk to people and stuff, like
Mhm.
but that's probably better actually.
Yeah.
Like I said, awareness, inquiry, or just tell me what you want to do, and we can talk to people and suss it out from there. The roles
Okay,
are
got
more
one
on
of
the
that.
side of like no idea where to go versus if you have some specific direction you'd like to take. You do know the name of the owner of the establishment, so you could just name drop or
Papa Grist is our guy.
Yeah, let's not name drop yet. It might get us a suspicion on ourselves. Can I go with inquiry and
Sure.
just look for the maybe largest table here or like biggest rollers?
Sure.
While he's doing that, can I awareness check somebody?
Any modifiers to that, or anyone helping me? Okay, no modifiers. I failed.
Well, no, I just didn't want to dig into modifiers in general. So yeah, you get a general hubbub, and in between Hermione and Jace, searching through the area, listening, watching, and asking, rather pointed questions. You get a pretty good feel that the Fates Wheel is again, it's a hive of scum and villainy, but everyone's pretty much agreed to set their grievances down at the door. This isn't a place to settle a score outside of the betting pens, of course. If you want to have your prize fighter fight your opponent, there's there's certainly some of that going on where people send ringers in to take out people they don't like. But outside of that, it's a rather well-run establishment, and generally, coin is the currency of the day. So you can get most things you want with money or trade, work, anything like that, and it's all dealt fairly fair as one might expect with this crowd. Although obviously there are occasional instances of double dealing or as Tib found out, contractual language disputes.
Well, you think
Was
we?
the shotgun shell I took to the chest?
I think we should maybe take that money and go double or nothing on the craps table. If anybody has a problem with that?
I don't agree with double or nothing. Half.
Well,
That's what you can get easy.
you know, we need a ship to get off this planet. You know what I mean? So we need some big money.
Can't get
We
off the
can't get
store.
off the planet right now anyway. We're in a warp storm.
That's correct.
Well, the
I
higher.
need to remind you that we were deputized. We are now emissaries of the Inquisitor. Need I remind you? Look beyond your own selfish greeds, Oculus.
I'm just thinking about the team, man. I got my own ways of dealing with things.
We can worry about a ship later.
But yeah, no, functionally you could not get off the planet now, even if you wanted, which obviously no one does. But if you wanted to, you could.
Let's have a look around. Let's see what we can find. I mean, you guys. So with your fellowship things, how did you guys do? Like what?
I succeeded on my awareness.
I failed on my inquiry.
Well, like I said, nobody really failed. Again, you got a general idea that this place is the place that you can ask for things and try to, it's a place where information brokers are. Again, Papa Gris being the owner, he's the biggest information broker. He knows the most and sells and trades the most. But obviously there could be other smaller ones if you chose to seek them out, if that's what you were looking for. Otherwise...
Okay, so what information are we looking for specifically again? We need the spider lady thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you're trying to find that out. You're trying to find out more information about the Heron masked man, Marcus Vulpa. There have been quite a few other things that you may or may not remember that you're trying to find out information about. The clock, the city of Zygarde, the festival of Tattered Fates, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk to Grace now, or do we want to have us focus our attention on smaller people settlers?
You know what?
Go ahead,
What
Olivia.
What I was going to suggest is that maybe we talk to somebody, anybody, and Severus would be loath to say this, but he would make the blessed sign of the cog, the Omnissiah. I don't know what that looks like. I think it's like this or something. Yeah, that's what I thought. And you would
Something
say,
like that, I think.
yeah, and you would say perhaps we can ask someone if they have any information or whereabouts on where we could get like a Xenos article, something of Xenos make. See if anyone knows of that thing and try to keep it hush hush. Because this Abagrist is apparently connected to the Cold Guild, and the Cold Guild deals with Xeno articles. What's his name? Can't remember his name now off the top of my head, but Septimus. That's what he's told us. Remember? I just as a way of not, if you don't want to ask for Papa Gris, but maybe as a way of as a roundabout, say, look, we're looking for some Xeno stuff. I mean, I don't know. That's just my idea.
Would everybody be okay if we just ask for Grace?
I'm okay with it, but because we've kind of hit a wall with
I think we need to find
trying to just get.
maybe like a special person to ask. Maybe. Somebody we could read that. If we just ask anybody, it might be dangerous.
Oh yeah, you don't ask the chucklehead standing at the bar. We asked the guy that had the data slate that was working the delivery of like the clothing of like an employee. We asked him, hey, who deals in information here? That kind of sort of question. Who would we talk to if we were looking for something? He'll probably want a few credits, grease his palm, and then everybody's got a price. Severus will say it with like great distaste.
Man, sounds like a plan. Let's do that.
Maybe the bartender.
All right.
Or the bartender, sure. One of those. I was just thinking the guy that got with the data slate that Tibbs signed up with, because he's now kind of impressed. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Fair, whoever.
Sure, let's go with the data slate guy. He probably has some information.
Why don't you talk to him? Because I'm not a very. I'm metal man. What did you call me? Robot man, metal man. So I'm not very good at that stuff.
What would be to talk to someone? What would be the skill required other than fellowship?
Active mic, connection to the Google Meets. Pretty much that. I think everybody here has the skill. Depending on what you're trying to eke out of them, that might later necessitate a skill check. But as far as general, like, hey, person that I know exists, what do you know? If it's not like rarefied information that they'd be wanting to trade money for, then there might be some negotiation there.
So I'm gonna walk up to the person that Tib. Did anyone want to come with me, or should I go alone?
Tip can't come with you. He's sleeping on the couch or whatever bed the doctors has him on.
I could go with you, but I'm probably gonna be of no help. But I can go with you.
Okay.
I mean, we should all go together, I think, right?
Yeah. Okay, we'll go together.
We don't have to stand right next to you. We stand kind of like a few meters away, kind of watching the conversation.
Sure. So I'm gonna walk up towards this man. I'm gonna say hi to him, and I'll ask him, like, look, I know this is like a little bit odd, but do you know anything about any and I kind of like slowly whisper out any Xenos items?
Oh goodness. Oh, well, I can't say I know anything about anything of that sort, of course, but it's entirely possible that there's some items the RPDs have confiscated over the years that have come from this place. Now, obviously not associated with the establishment, but we get people moving in and out from all over. So
if I were to maybe want to look at some of these items, who would I talk to?
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, I can't say that I know anybody who would have any for you to look at, but certainly we've taken security recordings when these items were confiscated, and could probably connect you with somebody who had copies of those recordings, just for like a historical record of what bad things you don't want to get involved with, right?
Right, but what if I was to maybe give you something special, a little bit extra? Would that help in any way?
I mean, it's possible. What were you thinking? I mean, again, all we have are just picked records, but we could probably make a copy for you if that was something you were looking for. But the data scripts that we print these copies on is rather pricey.
Okay, I'm gonna use my interrogation skill and try to figure out if he's lying or he knows anything more.
That'd be scrutiny.
Scrutiny? I don't have scrutiny. I do have, it's very low though, it's 28. I don't want to do that.
Okay. Interrogation is more like, you tell me what you know. This is more like trying to read.
Okay.
If what he's saying is factual or not. but I will say it's fairly obvious what he's trying to say, even without rolling. He's
Okay.
very much attempting to intimate that yes, they have that stuff, but they're not gonna just say they have it, right?
Right. But see, my problem now is we don't really need this stuff, but we need someone that we can talk to.
Well, I mean,
We've got a lead. Just push the lead. Be like, okay, yeah, we want to take a look at it.
Okay, so I'll push forward and be like, okay, so please, look, if you want to maybe look at these items, how would we go forwards?
there's a bit. Did you have anything specific in mind?
Let's just say things that are a little bit harder to find, things that maybe the local law enforcement wouldn't want us to get our hands on.
I mean, most of the things we have here are like that. I mean, the catalogs of records that we've kept are so vast. That'd be very time consuming to.
So if we get specific, what about weapons? Xenos weapons.
Oh, we have quite an array of interesting pictures of Xenos weapons if you'd like to peruse them. You just have to step into the back.
So I nod to my my team, and I'm kind of like, sure, take us there.
Okay, so he motions to the side, and you know there's another nondescript opening door that leads into a short passageway that you all are kind of like ushered into. Everybody stops. There's this whirring, humming, clicking, and vibrating noise almost, and the gentleman looks at the data slate and then looks over all of you and says, "Oh well, certainly not unarmed yourselves, it seems. If you wouldn't mind putting your weapons in the storage lockers over there, we can proceed after that."
Okay.
Give me a second. Take a quick 5 because we're a little bit after 11. We'll come back.
Okay.
Please place all of your weapons in the storage lockers, and we'll return after the break.
Okay. Be right back.
All right.
I don't think I was
my
Oh,
god! I
boy.
rolled a 98. Let me roll. I'm gonna use a. No, I'm gonna let it
No,
slide.
don't do it.
I don't know.
Do it. It's not worth it. It's not
Yeah, I don't know anything about this, and I don't care.
And burned all fake
Okay.
ones in one round.
Do people want to help me with awareness?
I can definitely help with awareness. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure one of the other two have awareness trait.
Okay.
Perfect
so
memory
I just
and
roll
concealed
with a plus
cavity.
10, yeah.
So
Yep.
we're 2.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay, well.
Oh no.
You're
97.
So the whole group is overwhelmed by the opulence of the rooms you come in. The real wood paneling, the plush, deep carpets, the walls have tapestries and gold and jewels and other ornamentation that is just it's so lavish, it's so posh, and so just ridiculous that you walk in and you're like, what in the heck? You've stepped into Wonderland. It's just a thieves' wonderland, right? Like you're coming into the pirate captain's, stateroom. And the man seated behind the desk finishes writing with a rather large fountain pen, and he caps it with a stately motion and sets it down on the desk and looks up to the large gentleman next to him and hands him a stack of papers and shoos them away before he finally looks up to address you. He says, "So, very interesting group that's come into my club this evening. What brings you to the Fates Wheel?"
Jason's going to just kind of wait to see if somebody else wants to set for me first.
You can go ahead, Jace.
Okay.
Do it.
So we are here for a couple of things. One is we hear you deal in information, which we are in need of. And second is we are looking to acquire some items that are not easily accessible.
Oh well, that's several things that I have in spades over here. Information and things that people want. But you know what you have? You have something I want, which is a rare thing for people coming into the Fates Wheel. It is. So I suggest you use that thing that I want to get what you want, right? What is it that you want? What can the old Papa do for you?
We would like to get our hands on a chainsword, if that is possible. And we are looking for information on two people, if you can provide. One of them is...
Now, information, that's a rare currency in these times. So weaponry, yeah. I'm sure we can take care of your needs, as it were. You old bloodthirster, you. But information, now that's where the real money comes.
Look, what if I give you a name and you give us a location, and then maybe we can help you out if our goals kind of align?
An interesting trade you propose there. Name traded for a location. But you see, if I already know the location, that means I already know the name. So what's in it for old Papa Grist?
So from what I know, this name may be someone that you don't get along well with, or maybe they're a competitor for you. What if we kind of make them not a competitor anymore?
Well, that's a tall order, you know. When you get into these austere climbs, competition is kind of steep. You really think you could take down somebody on my level?
I mean, you saw what one of our team did in that pit of yours, so.
Flashback to Tip on the table. He's like, ugh. Mama, where's brother? Is he dead yet?
Oh, no, don't worry, son. Don't worry. Just I think I've gone Irish. Don't worry. No, I can't do it. It's all Irish now. I lost the guy. He's gone. How did my old voice sound?
The man from the black
Oh
sheep.
no, don't worry, me darling. No, sit down in the gym there. The doctor at this establishment is Irish. It's not the same one. They just sounded the same when it started. And he pushes the mask back over Tim's face, and as that scene fades away, you hear like a
Black man.
horrible,
Bashing
shrilling like sound. And so now we're back. Oh yeah, I saw the kind of tough customers that you run around with, but I don't know. I don't know if I want that kind of heat to start with. That's pretty hot stuff. Let's cut to the chase. You give me your name, I'll see what I can do, huh?
So I'll just say Spider Bride.
Oh, well, it seems that we might have an alignment of goals here, you see. I actually have a bit of a gift that I need delivered to her.
Interesting. What is this gift you need delivered?
It's just a box, and he points over, and sitting on a side table is a box about yay big, maybe 12 by 12 inches cube, that appears to be made out of a matte metal engraved with some filigree and various beautiful pictures. He says, I need somebody to go give her this present from me. And I don't know you. I don't know any of you, which puts us in a unique sort of situation because the Papa knows everybody. And everybody the Papa knows, the Spider Bride, she knows them too. And so that is what you can offer me, is of course nothing. Don't know nothing about you. That's okay. That's okay with me. You go over there, you give her the present, I'll give you 1,000 thrones each.
What's in the box?
Nothing. It's an empty box.
Can we see if he's live?
It's best if you just
Yeah,
do it.
you can roll inquiry. If God, that's the one skill. I wish I need to change the name to whatever the D&D version is because I can't say inquiry.
Insight.
Inquiry.
Insight. Oh, it is inquiry in D&D. Insight. Anyway, whatever that one is.
Okay. Anyone
you'd
got
like
better
to-
than 34?
No, I have a 32.
Yeah. So, if anybody else has it trained, you can help for +10.
Yeah, I will help.
Okay.
All right.
34
There you go,
plus 10.
+10.
There.
Yeah.
What did I inquire?
He appears to be telling the truth. The box.
Oh.
The box is empty. Empty box.
So you will give us 1,000 throne each, and we deliver a box to the Spider Bride, which we need to go anyways. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
That's what I'm saying. Straightforward, isn't it?
It is.
Are we
indeed.
getting paid up? Are we getting
Severus.
paid up front, or are we expected to come back?
Oh no, you'd have to come back. I mean, I can't have you walking out into the hive with all the money. I mean, No, goods upon receipt, my friend. No. This is, you see, me and the bride, we've been having a bit of a long-term feud, you see, and it tires me so. I'm ready to be done with it. So I'm offering her this gift, and hopefully that can take care of things for the both of us, and we can get on with our lives, as it were.
So the gift is an empty box. And that'll smooth things out for you.
Bit of a symbol, as it were.
Can I ask,
Okay.
does Severus have any sort of inkling about any sort of tech thing that could possibly be contained, or something, a null field or something? I mean, obviously that's really advanced shit, but
Yeah, no, again, as far as you can tell, no, it's a really weird, I mean, you can do like an awareness to inspect it, but even if any kind of roll, it really just looks like this ornately engraved cube of metal with various, like, again, weird engravings and stuff on it with patterns that don't seem to be any specific shape or anything. It's a very odd device or box or whatever it is.
okay, Severus is gonna pipe up and he's gonna say,
Papa Grist, with all due respect, this errand that you ask us to go on and are offering us 1,000 thrones for, surely you could get any of your minions to do it, but by you asking us, there is something else here that you're not telling us. This is very illogical. Do you care to explain what is the missing variable in this equation?
It's a perfect point you raise, but like I said, we have a bit of a I hesitate to call it a feud, because you know the old Papa. He's a congenial fella. No fights here. But we've been at odds. We've been at odds for a long time now. And I just know that if I were to send one of my guys, well, he wouldn't come back.
Okay.
I'll kind of nudge, I'll nudge Hermione, and I'll just kind of subtly, and I'll just kind of nod, like, that's my vote. That's Severus's vote. I mean, feel free to ask more questions, guys, but I think.
So, to be clear, you want us to drop off a box that is a symbol for a thing, and you're willing to pay 1,000 thrones to each person, totaling 6,000, if we count the Romulus.
We're gonna count Romulus. Oh god.
Yeah? Oh, yes. Well, you can't leave out old Rami now.
My servo skull is just, Iago is just floating there looking at me, and I'm just like, yeah, don't look at me. It's ridiculous.
So-
yeah, no, 100%. Absolutely. I mean, hey, look, if it's one thing I've got, it's coin, right?
Okay, and how do you want us to let you know that it's done when we come back? So that we have direct access to you for funds.
You actually think we're gonna get money? That's not.
Just when you get back, tell me what you thought.
Okay.
All right. So if we were going to take this errand for you, where do we have to head off? Where can we find the Spider Bride?
Oh yes, well, obviously she lives out in the lower Atkinson, down in the follies, as it were, as one of her ilk might choose to be. She's down in the dark where those spiders are.
Okay, we'll accept.
All right, then it's a deal. Here, and he reaches under his desk and pulls out a data slate that appears to have some form of like guidance software we don't want to call it software. Machine spirits loaded on.
Now,
I
about,
think programs are fine.
about obtaining that chainsaw.
Oh well, yes. If there's anything you desire, go see the man out front. I can offer you a few minor pittances for your travel.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you, Papa Gris. We'll get it done, and then we'll see you when it's all completed.
All right. Well, I bid you good morrow, and I look forward to a peaceful resolution of this matter.
Severus will take the data slate if people are okay with that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I'll pick up the box, and then I'll walk back out the way we came in, get our gear, re-equip, and then probably head to Tib.
Tim's like still on the table. He's like saying, "Get off a kip."
Did you guys want
So-
anything else?
Tib is still in the gambling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's in their hospital, and just for brevity's sake, let's say you guys hang out and are given food and drink for the next 2 days while the good doctor solves Tibbs' general dying process, and replaces some things that I'll come up with at a later date and report next session because we're gonna get wild here. And Tib is returned to half wounds, and has 1 fate point remaining now.
I was gonna say that did we buy a medipack? Did we go with one or not?
You did, but he is in crits, and the regular healing rate for crits is like 1 per test, and it would take.
Oh, I see.
inordinate
So,
amount of time.
okay. Yeah.
And if you
'cause
fail, he can like die. That might be only where there's too many money systems that I know at this point. But just to gloss over a bunch of stuff and pop him back out in the
Yeah.
world, we'll say 2 days have passed.
Sounds good to me.
Within that 2 days, do you want to get Tib his chainsword then?
Yes, and you've done all your shopping. So if there's any shopping you would like to do, feel free to. Again, we're at 11:45. We got 15 minutes left. We'll catch it up for the next session. So you bought, let's call it maximum of 3 things. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll figure out that are kind of neat. I'm prepared to be rather spoilish with this. Not spoiled, but spoilish. So that way everyone can have some fun things.
Ooh, I'm hearing some cybernetic stuff. I'm hearing.
So only half hit points.
Yes, Tib, you have. I believe you used all your fate points in the previous encounter.
Yes, I did.
Yes, so you have 1 fate point now, and you have half of your total hit points.
And I have 2 crits. And how long does that take to heal?
No, he healed you up to half of your total hit points. So no crits, none of that. You're totally fine. We patched you together with duct tape, gum, and baling wire. And again, there will be some negative consequences for that I will figure out when I have a minute off session to really dig into how mechanical Tib is slowly becoming a servitor.
Perfect.
I
Give me my,
didn't really
give
make
me
a
my little
decision there.
servitor.
We're all becoming servitors.
I'll be nice. I'll treat you guys nicely.
I didn't really become a decision there. Like Immortal
little-
has like a metal plate in his head, and Omega has like
Yeah.
a super stomach.
Yeah, I got a
Oh, yeah, I just
colon.
gotta activate-
Metal colon.
I gotta activate it.
So
I go
the
activate
next
order
one, the
66,
next one to
and
get a
it's
metal
like-
part is Termian.
And you just hear this gasoline
Snap
engine
to
starting
attention.
up and like.
Yeah,
active with
Hermian,
Well-
Hermian is the only one with no metal parts.
I'd like some metal parts as well, actually.
I don't know about you guys,
Excellent.
but I want to get the hell off this planet. Go kill some Tyranids.
Well, then, no, Tib wants to go back to Karakor. Let's go home.
Yeah, you are unfortunately kind of stuck in this horrible approaching warp storm thing that everyone seems to think is fine because every time it happens it's been fine up to this point, but obviously if it was fine then we wouldn't be having this campaign. So
You know what? This is good, guys. In terms of like the strategy, what we're doing, like obviously it's some kind of a trap. There's some kind of monkey business that's going to happen, but he basically is giving us the location of the person we're looking for, right? So that's our objective. Is like that's good, right? The 1,000 extra credits I think is a bonus that I don't think we'll ever see it.
I don't think we'll get it.
Yeah, like if we walk out of the meeting with the Black Bride intact, I'll be amazed. So we'll go in there ready, but the fact that we got the location of her, that's great.
The odd thing is that why is it an empty box? How can that make sense?
Well, I'm gonna look at that thing. I'm gonna inspect it. I also want to take the data slate and I want to hack into that. I'm going to use my electro-inductors. I want to make sure that it's not tracking us. It's not listening on our conversation. And I want to inspect that box and see everything I can figure out about it from a tech use standpoint.
okay, so you leave and you move away from the Fade's wheel, and you can do all of that if you'd like. So go ahead and make some tech use rolls, and we'll see.
Can I assist on the tech use?
Do you have tech use?
Yes, Hive World does get it as a basic skill, and it is filmed.
Tech use too.
I could see, okay, from both of the Hive Worlds standing over Severus's shoulder, it's an unexpected, but it actually is somehow a benefit. They're kind of bickering a little bit back and forth, but they do offer a few tidbits of assistance in between all of that. That Severus's mind is able to process, right? Like Severus is very much able to just be like, yep, that's relevant, that's not. Yep, okay, yeah, okay, no, that's stupid, you know? So he can parse through the data.
I get them to hold like the flashlight, you know, when you used to work on it, change the brake pads with your dad, and he'd be like, hold the flashlight, and then he'd yell at you like, no, don't move the flashlight, you know, that kind of thing. I kind of
Nothing
hit one of them if they
actually helps.
Yeah, it doesn't really help, but it's kind of the part of the process of making them feel like grown-ups, you know? So maybe I'll do that.
Could we
I do get a
head
plus
back to
10.
the White Scholar to see if he found out something else? Since he also is a healer, we could also get info on the way there.
And
Food for thought.
you know what I could do? Got an idea. If I can get the information from the data slate, I can even wipe it if we do, just in case
and
it's
if
trackers or something.
Yeah, if there's some information you wanted the White Scholar to be working on that you've now thought of, I don't mind saying he's been working on it this whole time, because, yeah, information is king, right?
Yeah, he said he was working on the location of the White Widow and whatever else on her.
Yeah, the Spider Bride. I mean, yeah,
Spider
everything he told you before would be the most he could find out, other than now you do have the exact location of where her lair is, but it's just she's a competing information broker who appears to have been a resident of Zykar for some time. And when I say sometime, I mean sometime in the scale of some time, potentially hundreds of years.
No.
That she's been around, so she's definitely one of the older blood of the hive of the city.
Then we can just go back and just give the White Scholar something to work on, like the data slate.
Do we have other information that the White Scholar can work on?
Well, we can get him to look on the other stuff. If he has
I mean,
information
he's been
about
looking into Marcus Vulpa, but hadn't been able to find out much other than what he already told you, which is he thought he had some connection with the oh goodness, I've forgotten now, the Pilgrim
Cult of
Eight.
the 8.
So
Bit-
we're,
It takes me a second to click
so we're at the
through.
apartment
Pilgrims of Hate.
Because it feels that the only information we've gotten so far is the location. I mean, just reporting back to the White Scholar, I don't think there's a need for it. We can just head to the head to the
like I said,
location.
if you want to just tell me what you want him to look into, if there's any other notes that you can remember about certain things that have been said, because again, I know I've said quite a bit about some of the things that are important. If you can remember any of those things, I can certainly have him.
I guess, does he have more info on the location of Pilgrim of Hate and maybe how big their cult is?
Yes, he can have that information if you do some more things, and then I get a minute to look it up from the random book that I, at this point, adept level knowledge of this game system knows.
So
I've got something I can ask him as well.
stop by his place.
Something that's of utmost importance.
Okay, so we stop by your place.
You can, or I can just data dump it.
Yeah, I figured it would be like a hand wave kind of thing. You said that he was recovering for 2 days, so like we could do this over a couple of days, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what I wanted to ask him is if he has any contacts or can find any contacts in the Adeptus Mechanicus. The reason being, I'd like to see maybe if there's like a diplomatic, not an embassy, but some kind of somebody that I could contact, that I could talk to about maybe getting some tech or a mechadendrite or something like that.
And so to that effect, he would give you a very unfortunate shake of the head of no. The Mechanicus actually has very little presence upon the world itself.
Take out a bolter and Emperor's blessing. Failure.
Again, just to speed that along, it very much, there's almost no Mechanicus presence on the world other than the tagalongs and the people that are attached to nobles' retinue, like the very, very wealthy people who might have one along to keep their auto carriage, running and things like that.
Okay.
It's not a Mechanicus world in the slightest, to the point of like, as you saw down in the under, and again, I call it a hive, but it's not like the traditional like miles tall hive, right? It only goes down, but so far before it dissolves into esoteria of just caverns and jungles and stuff where it makes no sense. All of that was in disrepair. It's very clearly not a very upkept by the Mechanicus world.
Could I ask him to heal me a bit since he's also a medic?
No. At the close of the 2 days, Tib exists again, and you can journey forth, or you can wait for some extended period of time, at which point I will make some rolls and things will get worse.
Did Severus make his
Because I didn't
his
make
tech rolls?
plans.
No.
Are you going to today?
Yeah,
or-
I want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to just figure out the details of it.
Awesome.
So we want to, like, is it just one roll? You want me to do a couple of rolls? I guess one.
Well,
What
what
is
do you
the-
want to do?
I want to make sure that this data slate is not tracking us, and I
Okay.
want to also
roll.
copy. Okay, and I want to copy that information, basically dump it into my own memory if I can, so we don't need the data slate, or dump it in. But I have my own personal data slate, so I bump it into that. If I couldn't dump it in, it's
Okay. So let's do a regular tech use at -10 to try to dump it into your data slate without the tracking software, because it very obviously has tracking software attached to it.
Okay, why don't we try to dismantle the tracking software first? Can I do that, or
That
do you think
would
it's just better to
functionally
just do?
the same? It would functionally do the same thing. Either way,
Okay.
You would end up with a data slate that would give you the location without reporting the location back to the people that gave you the data slate.
Okay, so I've got electrographed implants. It gives me a +10. Can I use that?
Less than 2, what specifically?
Tech use.
And
Because
then
I can basically plug into the data pad.
Sure.
I extend a little, a USB adapter, and I plug it into the thing, so that helps me interface with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and jacking in, since you can actually interface with it directly, I will let you know that if you don't succeed by at least 2 degrees of success with that -10 and then your plus, right, all those other modifiers, they will know that you disabled
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
pretty pissed.
What? And then
That's-
the Hive Worlders can't help with this, or can?
You can. Like I said, so it's just the test itself is at a -10, and then the modifiers assorted after that are what's next, right? So
Okay.
you helping would give a +10. His electrograph use would give a +10, which brings us to +10.
And then
So-
the utility mechadendrite gives me a +10 on all tech use tests. It's got
Right,
the combi
so-
tool.
Yep,
so
that's fine.
plus 20 total.
Plus 20, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and you need 2 degrees of success. So if you succeed, you do it. If you succeed by 2 or more degrees of success, then you do it, and they don't know.
What'd you get?
I
Oh.
think I just
That
failed.
is-
So I'm
that
going to
is
use
just a fair fail.
I'm going to use my point. I'm going to use my, you know what it's called, the
Fate point.
fate point. That's
Use the thing to do the thing, right?
the thing to do the thing. So I'll roll again.
There we
Roll
go.
a 3.
That is
Rolled a 3.
substantially better. Severus, he picks up the data slate, and he's got the chatter of the 2 Hive Worlders behind
And
him.
there's an arm.
The arm
Gives
comes
him a combo
in.
tool.
The holy unguents come out.
The holy
there's the
unguents.
puff-
Yeah.
There's a puff of sensor smoke.
Oh, the sensors.
Yeah.
Yeah. How could I forget all this flavor text? I forgot.
I mean, again, it's this ritual chanting motion, and for almost 10 seconds of this beeping and clicking, all coming from
Okay.
Severus, the data slate for a moment flashes red and vibrates, and then all of a sudden just clicks, and that stops. Like the security program was about to go through. But by some twist of fate or otherwise hand of the Omnissiah, it
Omnissiah.
and
That's
makes the tech use go through, and Severus completely disables the security systems on the data slate, and now it's no longer tracking you.
yeah. I have to like recite some kind of catechism or something. I'll say aphorisms. I'll say, "Let knowledge serve only man, and let that which does not remain in darkness." Aphorism 61.2.
There you go. There you
You
go.
know, and there we go. I should have done that with the voice too, but well,
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. So you have disabled the tracking software on the data slate, and done it to such a degree of success that the people who installed the tracking software are unawares. So
awesome. And I think that's really all I needed to do. We did kind of the 2-for-1, right? Okay. I mean, and I've got the data, so I've got the information, and they don't know that I've disabled the tracking, so it's a 2-for-1. We're good.
No, totally good. All right. Okay. Who would like to do the navigate surface to bring you to the Spider Bride's lair?
What role is needed
Yeah.
for that?
Yeah.
Navigation.
So the guidance given by the data slate will give you a +30, as it is always seeking the best, safest, and most efficient route to bring you there.
Wow.
Tib knows
There
where
we
he's
go.
I should put
going.
a point. I should put a point in that. 100 XP because it's intelligence based. I'd be awesome at it.
Yeah.
There's not enough
yeah,
XP for all these skills, man. We need more XP.
There's
It's
never
the
enough
goal.
XP.
I'd
So
be
as
awesome
usual,
at it.
the Hive Dweller, along
That's
with
me.
the other Hive Dweller and the Servitor Man, the Metal Man, lead you deftly through the Hive to the appointed location.
Well, technically, I made the robot.
Well, certainly, but everyone is helping, or at least backseat driving, if nothing else, right?
Oh, I just noticed the token for Papa Grist, and you said there was a skinny dude behind him, right? And there he is.
Yeah.
He's holding a little needle. It looks like some kind of chirurgeon or some kind of sawbones or something.
Something like that. If anyone had succeeded in their role, they might have a better idea of who he was.
He's got a skull servitor. Yeah, he's some kind of medical wackadoodle, I bet. Sure, he's doing some real upstanding kind of medical procedures in that little place. And there's the gorilla guy, big token of that dude. Holy shit.
One moment, please. I apologize. I don't have all of the everything set up.
So many useful skills. Karkarev wasn't kidding, man. There's like so much use for all these esoteric skills. There's just not enough points for it all.
It's the permanent curse. The permanent curse of the system is that you're always going to need some more XP, and when you get enough, then you need more. Which is the way the
Sounds like-
Imperium works. It is.
It sounds like substance abuse.
In need of the feed, right?
Never enough.
Alright. And so the acolytes journey down through the byways,
Ooh.
the passageways of the Akasan Follies, and find their way to the Twilight Gardens, which is intimated by a soft tone that comes from the data slate as you arrive, and it goes ting. And you look down, and the data slate itself says the Twilight Gardens, giving it the name of the place, and it is situated in a nest of secluded grottos and sumptuous arbors at the southern tip of the high steps of the pleasure gardens, deep within the Akasan Follies. The Spider Bride's domain awaits. Shaded by filtering drift silk pavilions and shrouding void fields, the Twilight Gardens are plunged in cool shadow despite Zykarv's blazing sun. And the whole area has a strange mirage-like quality to it, like a sinister and luxurious dream. And it is very much a secluded location away from the thronging crowds that you had to almost bully your way through at this point as the Festival of Tattered Fates starts to rise up to this almost crescendo, it seems, as if things are starting to accelerate. But suddenly, as you break through of that and come to this more segregated location, it's almost like you stepped straight from the desert into a beautiful twilight garden. In the corners of your sight, you can see pale and luminous, beautiful women that appear to just they're just perfect in every aspect. Graceful in their steps, wearing long, flowing gowns that have not yet given you their time, but very clearly are circling around and waiting to strike, as it were.
Tibbs is like whispering to Bartleby. He's like, "I've seen this once on Karakor. The women get a little bit crazy when it's mating season."
Severus.
I mean, the Commissars try to stop them, but there's always a few incidents once a year.
Severus will look at you and just say, deadpan, he'll say,
I understand the biological imperative that you possess. With the Omnicide willing, I will not have those desires of the flesh soon.
That's good. The flesh is good.
So you're telling me there's a chance, Severus.
hey, I haven't been chem gelded yet, but it's coming. Don't worry.
And that is where we are going to stop, as it is now 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Karkarev, just quick question. One thing I forgot to mention is I do remember the other thing I wanted to roll was the tech use to see if I could figure out the box or get any sort of intel or information on this box that we're carrying.
Yeah, go for it.
Does it have any sort of plug-in or anything that I can interact with it?
Nope. Solid metal box.
Can anybody help me with this?
I can.
No.
Oh,
No?
It is of esoteric nature, so stout that there is a penalty to it that I will make up at my own leisure.
Oh.
So roll a 1 at your own peril.
Oh, okay. So tech use?
What?
Yes.
So I've got
your own peril.
so I've got a base of 62. Do I get plus 10 for using a combi tool?
No.
Not giving a box.
It's just a straight tech use.
Oh.
Oh no.
94.
No. Looks like a box. You've never seen
It is
play.
soulless. It is soulless. It has no machine spirit.
Tib would make a
Not
roll,
that
but
you
he's
can
the one who died.
decide.
It could be a
Yeah,
Xenos
again.
artifact, but
It is of a make and model and design that is so alien to you, you cannot possibly determine its function.
so I'm gonna say I believe it is a Xenos artifact. In any other circumstances, I would advocate for destroying it or taking it to a forge world for further inspection. But given the circumstances,
Severus,
it is our key to the.
Could be a magic bomb.
Severus, I think you should lead the way since you're all metal and all.
Yes.
Very
Tib,
well.
Rookie should be in the middle for a little bit until he heals all the way up.
I won't be driven
Alright,
by the tuggings in my loins, like you folk.
Oh goodness. So that's where we're gonna end in this Twilight Garden scenario, prepared to potentially, hopefully, of course, meet with the Spider Bride and I'm assuming deliver Papa Grist's gift to her, an attempt to extract some further information about the comings and goings on Zekarf.
Oh, we got a raid there from the Lollygaggers.
Oh, all right. Well, there we go.
Lollygaggers
You
are.
did it just now, or a little late?
Yeah, as usual, the raid's at the last moment. Lollygaggers, Jeff, he's awesome GM, and they got a great show. So I recommend subscribe to the Lollygaggers for sure. They got awesome, great stuff. And it's an honor to be rated by you, Jeff. Thanks, appreciate it very much. And we're just right at the end of the first stream, as usual with the raids.
Wrapping it up, yeah. Everybody managed to survive, and by everybody I mean just Tib. Tib almost died to shotgun to the face, but now he has that shotgun to apply directly to the forehead of problems in the future. Yeah, we're gonna be coming back here 2 weeks from now is the 28th, which I think, yeah, we're thankfully missing Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving anyway. Sorry, Canada, if you're a week after. I think they're a week before.
Yeah, it's already happened. It happened last month.
See? Okay. Oh, well, dang. See, it's more than that. I thought it was
So is it the
before.
20? It's a Monday though, right? Monday or Tuesday?
27th, excuse me. It's now
Yeah.
the 14th, so I was looking 2 weeks from, time. But anyway, we'll be back 2 weeks from now on the 27th on Monday at about 9:30 p.m. to go talk to the Spider Bride. So best of luck. Thanks everybody for playing. Thanks anybody for watching. And yeah, hopefully we will continue to survive in the grim darkness of the far future.
Yes, and thanks everybody. Awesome. And at the stream, we have the Walking Dead RPG coming on bi-weekly Tuesdays. We have the new Alien Building Better Worlds coming out soon. And yeah, Twilight 2000 and Mothership we usually have coming in the future. So, and this stream of Warhammer 40K Dark Heresy will be bi-weekly Monday. So you'll see this in 2 weeks for episode number 8. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Have a good night. Bye-bye.